Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Broyans Farm. I'm starting out this morning in our sweet corn field. As I said in my last video, we've just really been waiting for the sweet corn to come on. We've been telling all our customers we're gonna have it. Well, now today is finally the day. Now, we're not going to Scranton or any of our other markets today. We just have our home farm market that is open. So that'll be great. If this is ready, that way we can take it out there and it'll be as fresh can be. So as I'm looking down the row here, I can see obviously there's some that are extremely young, but then there's some like this one that appear to be just about ready. So I'm gonna pull, let me feel it. I'm gonna pull this one off and see what we got going on here. I know it's close. Oh. That one's actually about 3 to 4 days off. Let me check another one. Boy, these ears are huge and beautiful. Same thing, just not quite there. Now this could just be a section in the field. Some spots, you know, are more ready than others, depends on how wet it laid. But that just probably will not be ready until about, like I said, 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna go out. I'm not gonna walk all the way out through the whole field, but I'm gonna take the Kubota out later on and check it. But I'm just really hoping we can get some, because we've really been promising our customers. If not, you know, like I said before, we'll just have to wait. So now I'm down here at our irrigation pump, and the other day we laid, it's down over the hill here, we laid irrigation pipe in our potatoes. We watered them for a couple hours, like 4 hours, which is equivalent to like an inch of rain, but we think they just might need a little more. So before we take the pipe out of there, and probably won't put it back, you know, this season at all, we figured we'll give them another 2 hours. That'll be like another ½ inch. So I am about to turn this on, but with the way pressure works, all that kind of stuff, we have underground lines, and we have to open a couple of our pipes coming up out of the ground to relieve the pressure, because it kind of gets airlocked. So my mom's gonna head down over the hill, open them up while I start the pump up, and then, you know, after it bleeds that air out, we should be okay. So how it works is, out there, and it's kind of hard to see with all the moss, but we have that white jug, and that's kind of just like our flotation device for our suction line, just to hang down. That way it's not laying on the bottom of the pond sucking up all, you know, the dirt and scum. And so then it'll come up through the suction line into our irrigation pump, where it will then get pushed out through this flex line right here, and then into our pipe, go underground, and then go to the field, where it will then come obviously out of the ground, where we have our irrigation pipe laid, and go across the whole top to wherever we need it to go. And I'll show you that once I get it going. But for right now, I'm just kind of waiting for Mom to get started. This thing right here is another breather, just because, like I said, you can have a lot of issues with air locked and all that kind of stuff. And then over here is a pressure gauge, so I know how much pressure is going out. And then here is what I'm going to start out working with. This is my primer, and what I'll do is I'll have to pump that a bunch of times, just because if I don't get this water primed up through this pipe into the pump, it just won't suck. You know, you have to have the water already sitting here ready to go once this pump gets started up. Of course there's a bee here. Why wouldn't there be a bee here? Got him. So I have to open that up, because that's my shut-off valve. So once the water gets all the way up through, it'll actually come out this, it's hard to see, but it'll come out this little rubber gasket here. That's how I know it's fully primed. Here it comes. So now I'm down here at the field, and before I start the pump up, I have to open my, oof, kind of hard, I think. Closed it pretty hard. There we go. I have to open my valve, so that way the water can start flowing through. All right, so there's that. You can already see with the pressure from the line, that thing's already pumped up solid. The pipe comes all the way down here, then 90s, actually it's over a 90, 245s, a 145 and then a 90, and then hits the field, and now you can already see just from the pressure, it's already coming out, and I don't even have the pump started up yet. Everything's working beautiful though. That's one nice thing, there's no issues. As I was coming up here to meet Sammy and Frank to help them pick onions, I found a nice yellow watermelon and I'm gonna see if it's ready. I don't know yet. It sounds good, it has a yellow belly, but they don't always mean it's quite, you know, ripe. So once I get up here, I'm gonna grab a knife and cut it and then help them pick. I think we're getting around 300 to 400 onions. All right, so out here, Frank and Sammy are right now cutting the tops off and the roots. They've got a big pile of onions right here. I don't know how many's in here, but there's a lot of them. Looks like mostly yellows, a couple whites. And so what they're doing is, as you can see, the top's probably about 1.5 feet long, and then they're cutting them down. What was that cut?
Dude, I'm just gonna cut this off.
They're cutting them down to about 6 to 8 inches, just so they look nice, and then we'll take them back, peel a little bit of that outside layer off, and wash them until they have like a nice shiny layer on the outside. Then they'll go in the cooler, and they'll be ready for market.
Yeah, nice arrangement of the peppers. I love it out there. We're gonna be out in about 10 minutes, I bet you.
The dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover a lot of ground in a day.
I'd like to see how far they go.
GPS on it.
So a bunch of these already look, and all these actually have the roots off, so.
Cool.
And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so I can reach out to more people and show them what we do and how we do it. These are beautiful. They're not done growing yet, so I'm not gonna clean the field. Not yet anyway. Like, I'm gonna still let these go. They still got nice green tops on them. That one's huge. Sometimes I hate to even pick these ones because that also looks like it's got quite a bit of life left in it. But Once in a while, it's okay to get a small one because they might be done growing. Like this one ain't the biggest, but I'm gonna pick it. Oops. See, that's what happens. Now that kind of might have just been a fluke because the top's still nice and green, but once those tops start getting dried up and yellow, we have a hard time picking them because they just want to keep popping off and popping off. So we'll lay them on a nice pile. And then somebody like Sammy, who's cutting them today, can just go through, pick them up easily, and start cutting. And shouldn't have much of an issue. And right now I'm picking white onions, but we do have yellow, which is right here. And then the red are over here, but the red are just a little bit small yet. As you can see, and the tops are still green and lush, meaning that they have a lot of life left in them to grow. Okay, so we got back from the field. We already washed 5 trays full. And you can see, if you remember, well, over here I can show you. This is what they look like straight out of the field. Yellow and white. And then, so Frank and Sammy are going through. They're letting them soak for like 2 to 3 minutes, wiping that outer dirty layer off, and then they'll get placed right into the tray here. And this is what they look like. Pretty as a picture. Right now Frank's putting a couple more in. And then they'll all go in the cooler, and they'll stay fresh for 2 to 3 days, and that's about what it'll take for us to sell these.
Frank and I are out here in the eggplant field. This is one basket we picked. Absolutely gorgeous. I always say that. Everything is absolutely gorgeous to me.
Gorgeous. Can you get both in the same? Yep. Yes, you can.
I hope that one's got a little bite mark. On.
Oh, there's so many on right on the brink. These look good though.
Here, I'll take them.
They're scarred. What do you think? Yeah?
That's not bad. Go ahead.
It's got some.
You have to hold that one.
Yeah, I got that one.
Let's get one more. Here's a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Pink.
Beautiful. It's not too bad. I think you can pick that one. A little bit bigger than my hand.
Oh yeah.
So we just got done picking the eggplant. We have about 6 baskets here. Once again, they're absolutely gorgeous. And we'll take them back to the shed and wash them. As you have probably heard in Logan's last video, that we have to keep the eggplant on these little donuts here for just, you know, a little bit of, like a couple rolls after they come out of the washer, just like this one, just because they're obviously wet and they need to dry a little bit, because even with the slightest fingerprint, they'll look really dirty and it's not right. So
just got done doing eggplant.
Eggplant.
They're coming along.
Huh?
They're coming along.
Yeah.
Going nicely.
I can't ask. You ain't taking them, are you? No, no.
People want more video of you.
Huh?
People want more video of you.
Yeah, but not now.
They love you.
Yeah.
Good man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go check my crops. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Opie.
Okay, so now we're gonna start laying irrigation pipe. There isn't much rain in the forecast, and our tomatoes and peppers, we just watered the potatoes, as you've seen, and our tomatoes and peppers look like they're gonna need it next. So our tomatoes and eggplant right now are all in the same line. So we're coming through this field now with just plugs, and then once we hit the tomato field, which is right there, we're gonna start putting rainbirds in. That'll go all the way out to those tall trees you can see out there at the end. It's me, Sammy, Mom, and Frank, and I think once Dad's done over at the shed, he's gonna come over as well. Good. You saw the baby feet on fire.
Oh wow, look at the baby seed corn right here. Tiny.
All right, so we finally just finished laying the irrigation pipe through the tomatoes and eggplant. That was a really long line, and on top of that, you know, we had to first pick it up to the potatoes, so that was just a lot of moving pipe. It's almost 4:30 now, and I got a little more work to do. I've got to go out, and these right here are called rainbirds. The water comes through these pipes, comes out of here, and as the water comes out of that little hole right there, it hits this spring and keeps turning that thing around in circles, and also kind of spraying it around while also shooting it out like 30 feet. So really cool idea. But anyway, we have different ends that shoot different distances, and so we almost ran out of pipe out there at that end, which I'll show you in a couple minutes. And so I had to put in some of our pipe that had the ends on them that only shoot like 15 feet instead of 30 feet. So I got to go switch a couple of them out and get the right ones in, make sure the whole line then is secure, and then if this wind dies down, hopefully we can irrigate this tonight. Okay, so I just got out here with the Kubota, and I need to take out those rainbirds I was telling you about. So I'm gonna need this and a plug and these pliers. Okay, so and a WD-40. So this is one of those ends I was telling you about that only shoot about 15 feet, I think. Really cool. They just don't shoot as far. Like, if you don't have to water a large section, there's no point in putting one of those other rainbirds that we're using in, just because it'll be a waste of water. So, but in this case scenario, we do need to shoot as far as possible. I'll take my large adjustable and get that loosened up. Then I'll just kind of take with my hand and take it the rest of the way out. Now you can see there's a hole in there. I'll take my plug right here, put a little bit of WD-40 on it, that way it comes out easy next time. Screw that in. There, it stopped. but there's still threads left. It doesn't bottom out, or it shouldn't bottom out. Then I'll take my channel locks, grab onto it like this. I'll give it like a turn to a turn and a half, and that's good right there. There's no reason to crank it down as tight as you can because the water is not going to come out either way. And then that's it. And it would be the same process if I was putting a rainbird in or taking it out. Whatever it is, just need to make sure it's got that turn to turn and a half snug tight in there. That way it doesn't, you know, wiggle itself loose or, you know, just leak all over the field. So with that being said, I'm gonna call it a wrap for today. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.